All right, ladies and gentlemen, so Tips Classic Duelers League Season 1 rule set has been put out, and we are going to take a look at them, okay? If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I think this is a perfect setting to do so. Now, I'm gonna open up these rules, take a quick little look-see, okay? Here they are. Here we go. CDL, Season 1, Introduction. We're gonna skip that. 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 And all right. So I don't know if you guys want me to go over the format. If you haven't had a chance. Basically, what's gonna go on? I'm gonna TLDR the stages. The first and most important stage is gonna be the qualifier stages. And basically, the way they're doing that is they're going to bring together 64 people. 8 of each respective class, okay? And then what they're going to do is take one person from every class and put them into a group, okay? So you're gonna have group 1, it's gonna have every class in it, one of each class, and you are going to do a round robin within your group where you duel each other class twice. So I'll duel the warriors twice, the hunters twice, the rogue twice, the warlock twice, the priest twice, etc., etc. And you are going to be compared to only people in your class. So let's say in my group, I end up getting 10 wins out of my 14 duels. And Zico ends up getting 12 wins in his group, number 2, okay? That means he earned more points than me, and he'll have a better chance to move on because the top 4 mages will have an opportunity to move on. And I believe the 4th and 5th place performers. So if you get 4th, let's say, you're not automatically in the top 4. You actually have to battle against the 5th place position. So if you're right on that bubble, you actually have to fight for your spot in a mirror duel. So the 4th place mage and the 5th place mage, the 4th place rogue, the 5th place rogue will go head to head to make it out of the qualifying rounds, which is actually really, really cool. Okay? Now, next up, you can read more about the regular season, stuff like that. I kind of wanted to go over the rules. Okay, so general rules, and some of these rules, before I go into these, it seems like what their goal really was to try to make some of the unfair matchups a little bit more fair and try to weaken some of the stronger classes and help out some of the weaker classes. Okay, now, so all baseline class abilities are permitted except for conjurable items, Hellstone, which is banned. So I'm pretty sure Healthstone and Spellstone are banned, and that's an attempt to make Soul Link Warlocks a little worse. Now, unfortunately, it makes it so Destruction Warlocks and Affliction Warlocks are a little bit yikes, but for Soul Link Warlocks, I actually think that puts them in a decent spot. Now, only class self-buffs are allowed. Players must maintain 1 talent build, so you can only pick 1 talent build. Once you've submitted your talents, you cannot change for the duration of the entire qualifier stage, which is big. There's only a 30-second downtime between your 2 duels, okay? So you do 1 duel, 30 seconds, your second duel. Now, this is kind of interesting because it means you have to strategically space out your duels and your cooldowns. So you can try to go all in and use double cold snap, evocation, all your trinkets to guaranteed win 1 duel, but duel number 2 is going to be really, really hard, okay? Duelists shall be positioned 20 yards away, so at the start of the duel, there's going to be a flag. The contestants will be 20 yards away from each other, and it just means no one really gets to start on top of each other. Duelists may only compete with 1 character. Observing duelists shall stand clear. So if you're around, you just stand clear, etc., etc., etc. Delay of game. These aren't the things, these things are really obvious. We're just gonna look at the specific rules. All one-time on-use, non-equipped consumable engineer items are banned, except for grenades and engineering bombs. So a lot of the items are banned from engineering, except grenades and bombs, which are permitted, except arcane bomb, flash bomb, rocket helm is banned, mind control cap is banned, and arcanite dragonling is banned. However, the mithril dragonling is allowed. So you can use the other dragonlings, you just can't use arcanite dragonling, okay? Now, if you're wondering about Mana Gem specifically is in. You can use it. See, consumables. All consumables and temporary on-use non-equipable items, including class conjurable on-use items aside from the ones specified below, are banned. First aid is permitted. Mana Gems permitted. Food and water is permitted. Thistle Tea is banned. powerful anti-venom is permitted. However, it's not in the game. So it's permitted, but you can't use it because it's not in the game yet. Greater rage potions are permitted. So warriors can use greater rage potions in duels. You can use reflectors. Non-equipable items, just so you guys know. So trinkets, all the engineering trinkets are allowed. Oh, basically all of them. Whipper-root tubers are permitted. Demonic and dark ruins are permitted. Now, this is really interesting, okay? So, the reason why they added whipper-root tubers, and if you don't know what that is, it's a consumable that gives you health. Now, it's not as good as a health pot because it cannot crit. So whipper-root tubers are very consistent in their healing. There's no crits for, you know, a massive sort of luck healing, and that's really what they wanted. They also wanted to basically allow some classes to survive rogues. Like, they literally put whipper-root tubers in because rogues are just so good right now. With no trinket, it's really difficult for people to survive their stun locks. So they basically added whipper-root tubers so people can live. Next, another interesting thing is they allowed demonic and dark ruins. Now, if you don't know what those are, dark ruin is something that allows you to convert your health into mana. So you use it, you lose a chunk of health, and you gain a chunk of mana. Now, one of the cool things about this is it actually batches and can break polymorph and blind. So it's a way for people to avoid mage's polymorph resetting, and it's also a way to avoid getting blind forever. Okay? For itemization, all non-consumable equipment items, unless otherwise specified in the rules, are permitted, except the ones below. Okay? So this is items that are banned, including trinkets. All right? Tidal Charm, banned. Lifestone, banned. Furbog Medicine Pouch, banned. Ancient Cornerstone Grimoire and Book of the Dead, banned. Only one absorb item is allowed to be equipped per duel. So you can't stack Arena Grandmaster and Mark of Resolution in a single duel, but you can spread them out. Now, another interesting thing, your equipped shadow resistant gear is allowed to be 200 when you're buffed. So you can have 200 shadow resist, you can have up to 100 frost resist, up to 100 nature resist, up to 100 fire resist, and up to 100 arcane resist on your gear. Stealth detection equipable items are permitted. However, stealth classes always get an opener. Stealth classes will always get the uncontested opener. Warriors will always get an uncontested first charge. So warriors always get the charge, okay? Shamans can pre-drop 4 totems at the beginning of the duel. No pre-hotting is allowed. Dropping a flare at the hunter's feet is not allowed. Hunter's pre-trapping is not allowed. Warlock's pre-sacking is not allowed. And in stealth for stealth matchups, you trade openers. So let's say it's rogue versus druid. One duel, the rogue opens on the druid. The next opener, the druid opens on the rogue. And if it's a tie, it's free for all. Whoever gets the opener gets the opener. Okay? Blah, blah, blah. That's it. Now, so those are the rules. I actually am really happy with them. The first iteration, I will say this, the first iteration of rules, there was some things that were a little, that weren't my favorite, but I think after we all got together, Tips, to his credit and to all the organizers of this tournament, were really, really cool. What they did yesterday is they literally brought in anyone in the tournament that wanted to come in and argue their point and have a discussion about every single rule. And I think the competitors overall came to a consensus that this was the most fair it could be. If you guys are wondering when this tournament is going to be, I think the first round of the tournament, where it says here, is going to be October 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. Okay? So here's another thing about the rules. Every single person needs to stream. Duelists shall be required to stream the entirety of the event. Literally, if you are in this tournament, you are streaming the tournament. So it creates it's an opportunity basically for people to watch whatever classes they want and their point of view, which is really, really cool. Griefing, yeah, that's something Tips and them are figuring out. I don't have specifics on that, but they're pretty confident that they're gonna be able to pull it off. Okay? The Dark Ruins and the Carrots share consumables with Mana Gem, yes. But the thing is, the Shadow Free, like, keep in mind Dark Ruins kill you. So I do think Dark Ruins are really, really good for hybrid classes. But with that in mind, yeah, at least there's a little bit of a trade-off, right? And it's also, I think one of the reasons why they added the Dark Runes is specifically so you could break Polymorph. So mages don't have as good of an opportunity to reset. Stuff like this, like what about griefing? Yeah. It's going to be taken on a case-by-case basis, and hopefully there won't be too much of that. Seems a little over the top for locks. I'm not sure if that's true. I think locks are going to be okay. Shami having a grounding totem at the beginning, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, yeah. They've decided that that is what they want to do. Mana Gem is not banned. Who benefits the most from these rules? I don't really think anyone in particular benefits the most. Maybe Warriors. I mean, realistically, Warriors probably benefit the most, right? But Warriors are still in a bad position. It's not like these rules are... Warriors are so insane now. Warriors are still going to lose every duel, probably, but these rules probably benefit them the most. Free action potions are banned. Lips are banned, yeah. There's no limit on mage resets. Is there a list of the qualifiers? Not yet. They haven't selected everyone. Is a Viking helmet? Yes, I'm pretty sure Warriors can use the Viking helmet as well. Why Shadow Resist 200? Allegedly... So allegedly, the Shadow Resist isn't even that good. Like when I was talking to a lot of the Shadow Priests and Warlocks and stuff like that, they were saying that Shadow Resist isn't even that good. Like people can't really stack 200 resists and still have good stamina, strength, agility, intellect. Yeah, AGM is not banned. Tidal Charm is banned because it's really good and basically impossible to get. Yes, you can change your gear every duel. Yes. Medicine Pouch is banned because basically I think a lot of the rules are in place so Warlocks don't just get like, so here's the thing. Imagine an SL Warlock had Hellstone, Medicine Pouch, AGM, like, you know, the Mark of Resolution. You can't die, you can't lose. Rage Potion is to help Warriors because they suck, apparently. They'd be immortal. Rogues can't wait in stealth for a cooldown, but what bothers me is mages can unlimited reset. So, unlike rogues sitting in stealth forever, you actually can do something about a mage resetting. I know that you probably think I'm biased, but I mean, you can use Dark Ruin, you can use, what's it called? Skull of Impending Doom. There's some counterplay. If a rogue just vanishes, there's no counterplay. You can't do anything. You just AFK and gone. At least with Polymorph, it can randomly break early, and there's things you can do to avoid it.